Hey, buddy.
Well, hello there.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Get to go help one of Ashley's people out right after this.
Help with what?
I think it's moving a hot tub from front to back. Maybe is giving it to one of his kids or something. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. This is a client I'm sure I've talked about before. His name's Jeff. He's like a second grandfather situation. When we first moved in, he helped us with like home, what's the word I'm looking for? Handyman type stuff. He wouldn't do it. He would just tell us like, these are things you should do. But then when he really helped us was Pflugerville have a very robust recycling program that one of its outputs was mulch. And we loaded up his trailer with mulch and did the oak bed there, and then the crepe myrtle in the back. And he just helped in different ways, but love Jeff. Jeff's a great guy. He's one of those Foster's dogs.
Oh.
Yeah. And actually, one time he was walking a couple of Fosters in, what's that big park? Walnut Creek? Is that a big one?
I'm not up on the current park situation.
Okay. But one of the dogs actually got impaled by a branch.
Ugh.
And he had to, like, carry it out because they were, like, in the trail.
Wow.
And take it to, veteran or whatever. Dog ended up being fine, but the pictures were gnarly.
Yeah.
And then he was like, this is the strength that Ashley's given me. Which is pretty cool. Anyways, he's done, outside of like paying Ashley to help him not suffer from like back stuff and all that, he's done, I think, more stuff for us like outside of that relationship than we've done for him.
Yeah.
So I feel really good about helping out. We didn't really have plans this weekend, and then Ash like showed me a text yesterday morning of Jeff like, hey, Dad's gonna set short notice, but can you help with this, that, and the other? And I was like, fuck yeah. Let's go help Jeff.
Y'all both going, or is it just you?
It looks like we're both going. Ash has sent me a morning text.
Oh, wow.
So she's awake. Poor kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, I could have slept a lot longer this morning.
Whoops. I think we definitely went to bed before midnight. So this is kind of like sleeping in for me. But yeah.
That's the one thing, whenever I started, like, being more healthy-ish, I thought I'd be able to, like, get better sleep and not need as much. That is not the case. Like, I still need, like, 9 to 10 hours. Like, I don't understand it. If I sleep 7 or 8, it's the hardest thing in the world to wake up. I don't know. I recently started drinking coffee again, though.
Yeah?
That's pretty fun.
Like hot coffee?
Yeah. Well, I use H-E-B instant coffee and I microwave water. Put it together. Put in some, like, no-fat creamer.
Do you drink a lot of water generally, other than the water that goes into your coffee?
I'm always drinking from this, what is it, like,
Okay.
64-ounce Stanley cup.
Good lad. That's one of those kidney stone triggers is instant coffee because of the oxalic acid.
I have 1 cup in the morning and then that's it.
And
then I drink a bunch of water the rest of the day. I love water so much. I try to speak the gospel of water.
Hey.
Cheers. Specifically for me, ice cold water, but whatever water floats your boat.
Yeah, Ash struggles with it so bad.
My brother does too. I don't think he dislikes it, but it's just like something about him, like if he needs to be drinking something, it needs to be something other than water, something more exciting maybe. And I'm just like, I don't understand it. Water's just so great.
my similar thing is like fried chicken. There's certain meals where like I really want a sweet tea with this, and sometimes I just really want a sweet tea. But definitely, countless times, like a drink of water has been like the best thing. So like I can just drink water whenever. This is great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I do a good job hydrating. Like I've always been pretty good with that. I don't know. It kind of runs in my family. 'Cause like I always remember like my mom and even I think my dad, whenever he was around, like they always just had big things of just water, and they're just always drinking water. So it's just like a normal thing. Well, at least for me, my brother didn't get that. I don't know.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
it got hot.
Oh, summer arrived with a vengeance.
We got slapped.
It was like, you know what? I'm going to give you a nice April. I'm going to give you a nice start to May. But then I'm going to come in and kick your butt.
I
And it did. I just said, and it did.
I've often described, like, I felt last summer was like this, where it was a gentle stair step into summer. Because there have been years where it's just like a switch flipped.
Yeah.
And this was that.
Yes, this was definitely that.
Monday morning felt great, and then like 100 degrees Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, the feels like was up like around 104, 105.
Terrible.
And that's like the first hot day. Like it didn't move up, like gradually go up. It was like 87 the day before, and the next day it was like 100.
Yep.
Like, I hate it here so much.
Even though football off-season stuff has been happening, I did realize this on the drive over, that it does like feel like football off-season now. It does feel like we should be planning and reaching out to Brian.
Yeah.
Thinking about next fantasy football season.
Yeah. I don't know. That always kind of triggers in me in June.
Mm-hmm.
Once we're in June, May still feels a little far away from me.
It's basically June. I guess the Corey Jamie visit is like then we're in it.
Yeah, that's the start of the new season.
We know they're going to show up and ask us all these questions about the next fantasy season.
We'll tell them to shut up because it's none of their business until we decide it's their business. That's what you would say.
I wonder where we were in planning last season before they hung out because there was the Olympics.
Oh man, I miss the Olympics.
Yeah.
Do we get winter this, like in like February?
I think so. Everybody's talking about Winter Olympics.
That's exciting. Where is it again? I don't remember.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't think that's somewhere super cool. I feel like maybe it's back in like Japan or something.
I also thought Japan.
2026 Winter Olympics. Italy.
Italy.
It says Milano Cortina. It says the games will be held across Lombardy and northeast Italy.
Cool.
Oh man, that's exciting. I like having stuff to look forward to.
I think of last Summer Olympics, and it's all kind of a blur of getting COVID and watching all the Daniel Craig James Bonds in the guest room upstairs.
Yeah.
And then some Olympics as well.
Ugh.
But that was shortly after Corey and Jamie because I got COVID around then and then tested positive after they had left. And had to be like, hey, sorry you're going to this beach house with your entire family. I have COVID.
Luckily, I don't think anything came of that.
I don't think so either.
That's good.
Yeah. It's just me. Nobody else that went on that trip or did that stuff. We got Corey, Jamie, not next weekend, but the weekend after that.
Correct. 2 weeks from right now. Well, probably not right now because it's still kind of early for some people, but 2 weeks from today we'll be hanging out.
Ooh.
Real excited.
It sounds like next weekend we're going back to Lockhart.
What? You are?
I thought Ash wanted to go to Lockhart and Blue Genie Bazaar and that everybody was on board. She's telling me that that's what we're doing.
Next week?
Yeah.
I thought we weren't doing anything next week. You said that in the chat.
I'm just confused.
Are you drunk? Nate, it's way too early in the day for you to be drunk.
Yeah, I gotta go do chores after this.
I mean, that's what someone who got drunk would say.
It's gotta be next weekend. I don't know. We'll sort it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing. I mean, I know we're talking about going to the bazaar, but no dates had been.
Well, it would have to be either today or next weekend because the bazaar is gone.
Well, what happens to it?
No, never mind. We'll be with Corey and Jamie on the 31st, which is the last day.
Was that like a potential Corey Jamie thing?
Couldn't be. Lockhart, because we already shot that down.
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah. I'm going to sort it out with Household 6, a.k.a. Ashley over her.
Household 6?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's whenever Army radio stuff.
Yeah.
Or even, yeah, the 3 is like the operations person. And like if it's Liberty 3, it would be the person who's doing the operation, running the operation. Liberty 4 would be like, this is the supply person.
Mm-hmm.
And Liberty 6 is the commander.
Mm. Makes sense.
Yeah. Just an old dumb Army joke. Speaking of it got hot and decision making, Jared and I played basketball on.
Oh yeah.
I guess it was Thursday, right? It wasn't Wednesday.
It was Thursday. It was the day after
The hottest day.
The hottest day, but it was still like 100.
Yeah. You came out and played basketball with us, Kelly.
I mean, I don't know if I would say I played basketball. I doled out some rebounds and I took a couple of shots. And from the time I got out of my car to the time I got back into my car was 21 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I went out. So I kept saying I would, and then something would come up. And then I was like, well, I really don't want to go, but I'll show up for at least 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I made it for 21.
Good job.
It's just too hot. Like, that's just... There was nothing enjoyable about that to me. Like, I don't know. I hope to one day understand it, but...
Understand what?
How people can enjoy stuff out in that heat.
Mm.
Like, it just... I don't know, man.
It was definitely the hottest part of the hottest day that we had ever played basketball on.
I mean, I totally believe that. And the thing is, too, is like, recently my tolerance for heat has gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I get a little bit colder a little bit quicker than I would used to. But when it's that hot, it's just different. Like, that's not like, oh, I can kind of bear that kind of hot. Like, no, that's... It's like you die if you don't do certain things kind of hot.
Yeah, definitely. There was cloud cover all day, and I feel like there was cloud cover after you left. It was specifically when you were there.
I don't believe in, like, supernatural or, like, powers or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout the course of my life, the amount of times that just... It... Like... The weather is just doing stuff around me Like, it's just statistically very improbable that that stuff happens unless I do have some kind of power or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it feels like almost everywhere I go, like 95% of the time, like rain avoids me. It gets out of my way, which sucks because I want it to get me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's doing the opposite of what I want. Like, it's not a good weather power that I have. It's a bad thing. And then it's like, as soon as it's a cloudy day, as soon as I go out to do some yard work or I go do something, the sun comes out, and the sun's like one of my biggest enemies ever.
It's a big enemy to have, Kelly.
Yeah, I know.
The foundation of several religions.
I mean, the thing is, I know I can't, like, take it on. I can't, like, fight the sun, so...
Every summer there's memes of, like, Texans with guns just like, just pointing it at the sun.
I mean, that's what I want to do. Like, that's what is in my soul, but I know that it's not going to do any good. That bullet's not going to get near close enough to do anything.
It's also literally the source of all energy in the solar system.
Yeah, well, whatever. We wouldn't... Humanity wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the sun. You know what? I don't care. It's still my enemy. If I ever get Mr. Burns money, I'm going to block that bitch out. No, I won't. Because I know a lot of people like it, so... I don't want to take that away from them. I know I'm in the minority of this. So, I'm not that selfish.
You see yourself coming out again this week?
Depends on the weather. Depends on how I'm feeling.
Getting in the...
Because, I mean, to be honest, like, the only thing that's making me want to go out there is just the fact that you and Jared keep wanting me to go out there. Like, I don't have really any interest in shooting hoops, playing basketball.
For 90 minutes?
Hooping. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't... It's just not exciting. I mean, it would be just purely for, like, a workout or, like...
Mm-hmm.
To sweat it out and burn calories, but at the same time too, like, I'm not supposed to be out in the sun a ton right now on this medication.
Oh, really?
Even with, like, sunscreen. Like, if I go out in the sun, I'm supposed to be wearing sunscreen, like, for any amount of time, but I shouldn't be out in the sun much at all if I can avoid it.
Yeah, you definitely blew that up.
Yeah.
And usually we're on the other side of the court that has a good amount of shade.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Kelly, if you're not supposed to be out in the sun, you should definitely have taken us up on the sunblock.
Yeah. Well, I also knew I wasn't going to be there that long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I was out there any longer, I would have put some on. But I hate sunscreen so much. I hate that the sun makes me put on sunscreen. Like, again, it's just back to the sun. Like, makes me so mad. Like, right now, this is a nice start to the day. It's cloudy out. There's no sun to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
This is my weather. Well, it's too hot. It's my cloud coverage.
Yeah, it's quite warm.
It is, and a little humid too.
Yeah.
What is the humidity? Meteorology, boys. That's what we are.
We flirted with getting rain on Friday, but it just turned into neat thunder and lightning.
Man, it was like, I looked it up because, like, I stepped outside
Mm-hmm.
when y'all were over here, and like, just tons of lightning flashes just lighting up the sky, and then I pulled up the radar, and it was like this real, like, tight, real severe, powerful little storm, like only a few miles wide. Like, it wasn't big at all, but it was just like if we would have driven like 2 or 3 miles north, we would have been right in the middle of it.
Okay.
Like, it was real close to us, but it's just...
Like right on top of Round Rock?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, just always avoiding me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that... Oof. But yeah, it's 89% humidity right now. That's very high.
Yeah.
Dew point is 76. I've never really figured out what dew point is. We could do that live right now. What is dew point?
See if this results in 2 to 3 more what is questions.
see. The dew point is the temperature at which the air becomes saturated with moisture, meaning it can no longer hold any more water vapor. Okay.
And therefore you get dew.
Yeah, because the water can't go into the air, so it collects on
Surfaces. I'll buy it. So is everything harder than dew right now? Is it harder than 76?
Yeah. For sure.
Alright, if there's not dew out there when I get out there.
Right now it's, I mean, we can't see it, but sometimes, like in the morning, water will collect in the screen on this window. It was there earlier, but right now it's 80, feels like 88. So that's gross. Man, I'm so worried about the AC here. Like, it's just been crushing it for way too long, and it's an undersized AC unit for this house, and it's really old, and it makes noise. And it's gonna die at the worst time.
It's definitely had life extending procedures done to it.
We've had what's his nuts out here at least 3 times for different stuff. Maybe 4. Almost like once a year. I think last year he didn't have to come out, but like almost every year before that I think he's come out.
Yeah. However much it would have cost last year, it's going to cost more this year.
Bro, I know. I don't know. I just can't keep bringing it up. It's not worth keep talking about. So I won't.
With the NFL offseason,
Yeah.
they did the NFL schedule release this week.
Yeah, they did.
And I cannot say I've watched all of them. And certainly some of them have been taken down for various controversies.
Yep.
But watched a smattering of them Wednesday night, I guess. And definitely inspired some travel plans with Ash and I for week 1 and then Thanksgiving time-ish.
Mm-hmm.
When are you off of the... Is it Accutane that keeps you from...
Yes.
When does that end?
I think the last day I take it is November 27th.
Okay.
But I did a little reading and it says you really should give yourself about a month.
Okay.
After that to let it all get out of your system before you're allowed to drink again.
Word.
So basically like New Year's.
So maybe we go to the Super Bowl as a group trip.
I don't know about that. That seems a little expensive. I've got a lot of other trips I want to do probably before a Super Bowl trip.
I was eyeballing the Ireland game.
Mm-hmm.
And it got super expensive super fast. And even, like, I was jokingly saying, like, we could go to 3 games for the cost of this one game. And just in the little bit of research that's been done, not really that little. But it's true. So we will probably go to 3 games domestically than that one game internationally. But because I had been getting ready for the Ireland trip for so long, I know, like, the airfare and the hotel...
Mm-hmm.
And I've been shifting it to, like, what if we went on some other dates?
Mm-hmm.
I might split that.
Yeah. I don't know. My whole travel schedule is all kinds of messed up right now. Just with this medication and stuff.
Just save up.
Still trying to figure that out. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a thing.
Go nuts in 2026.
It's funny. I was talking. I have a one-on-one with my big boss once a month, and it's really purely to talk about anything other than work.
Yeah.
Just catch up. Just how each person's doing. And I think I had mine last Monday, and we were talking about travel and this and that, and I was like telling her like my travel goals. Like I have like 7 what I would call bucket list trips
Mm-hmm.
that I want to accomplish before I'm 50. So I got just over 10 years to go on 7
Mm-hmm.
pretty major trips. Just trying to figure out how to afford it all.
Are they like any of them 3-day trips, or are they all like 2-week trips?
No, if it's a bucket list trip, it's like a minimum a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then however much more after that I could probably just afford or get off for or whatever.
Do any of them like make sense to do them back to back?
I mean, yeah, there's a few that you could, but it's just a matter of just making sure I get all that I want to get out of each individual place.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't think I have to go like immerse myself in these cultures whenever I'm traveling. Like I don't need a week per country or anything like that. Like a lot of the trips that I have are multi-country trips. I don't know if I'd say a lot. Yeah, most. But yeah, I don't know. I because I have those, I want to start trying to knock them out. So I'm trying to figure out when the number one is. And I'm pretty sure the first one is the one that Jared and I already kind of talked about. It's just a matter of when. Like I could do it. I could do it right now if I wanted to. It's just pulling the trigger and when I'm comfortable doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So they're not just solo Kelly trips, they're trips you would take people with?
No, yeah, absolutely. I'd prefer to go with people on these trips.
Mm-hmm.
But if no one will go, then I'll go by myself because
Schedule, timeline.
I mean, 10 years.
Yeah.
I want to knock it out before I'm 50. So I want to be able to create more bucket list goals for post 50.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, bucket list pre 50 goals.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember exactly what all the trips were. I wrote them down in a nifty little notebook.
Hey.
Okay. I didn't know if this one was one that I included in the list or not. So the ones I have are, I want to take I've talked about this before, like a week-long Southern Caribbean cruise.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them. And I've actually found a cruise line, the cruise line that Jared went on, Norwegian,
Mm-hmm.
they actually do a cruise that goes to the 3 places that I really want to go to, like, in the Southern Caribbean. I want to go to St. Martin, St. Lucia, and Tortola.
Okay.
Because all of those have, like, mountains, kind of.
Departing from Puerto Rico?
Yes.
Yeah, we're big Norwegian fans.
Yeah.
Based on our research.
I'd been pretty much locked in on Royal Caribbean when looking for a Southern Caribbean cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And they have some that go to like 2 of the 3, which I didn't add Tortola to the list until last, like, kind of recently. But the ones that Royal Caribbean did are on like their second to oldest ship. It's quite small, like there's not a whole lot on it, but like
Mm-hmm.
the Norwegian ship that does the cruise that goes to the 3 places that I want plus other places, it's like a big ship, like nice, like bunch of stuff. It has a water park on it.
I'm looking at Tortola now. Pretty cool.
British Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
Some good pirate history there.
Since high school, I've always wanted to go to a Pacific island, but it's to get these like mountains on beaches thing. And it seems like that's pretty accessible in the Southern Caribbean.
I mean, that's basically why I want to go to the Southern Caribbean, because, I mean, Tortola and St. Lucia specifically have that look. St. Martin, a little bit, but maybe not as much. But they also have a runway right next to a beach,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cool. So that's one of them, and that one's actually one of the easier ones I think to attain trip wise, and fairly cheap ish, because like I was looking at it, and for two people in a balcony room on the cruise, if you got the right date, like you'd pay about $1,500 a person
Mm-hmm.
for 7-night cruise to like 5 or 6 different places. Like that's a good bang for your buck right there. But then the other trips I have United Kingdom trip, so England, Ireland, Scotland,
Mm-hmm.
which is possibly the first one because that's the one Jared and I already talked about.
Do a lot of train.
I mean, I see train with a few of these. Another one is I want to go to like the Bavaria area, Germany, and then like Switzerland, part of that. Then
There's a place in Switzerland you always talk about.
Lauterbrunnen.
Yeah, cool.
That's definitely a place I want to go to on that trip.
Funny to just hear that word out loud.
I always have to like think about it before I say it, make sure I don't totally butcher it. Then I want to take a trip where it's like France and Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just got to go there, I guess. Seems like you got to visit France and Italy at some point.
Like the southern France, like the Med.
I don't really care too much for that. Like, I'd like to like do Paris and then like take a train down and maybe even catch a little bit of Switzerland or whatever's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then jump into like northern Italy and just kind of go down the boot. Because I don't know, the pictures that Jared shared from like the Mediterranean cruise he was on
Mm-hmm.
just didn't excite me.
Mm.
It just didn't have the kind of vibes that I like, I guess, for whatever reason.
I'm definitely into all that Alhambra, Cordoba, all the stuff that is like the two cultures running into each other.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of history there for sure. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. Like, if I was on a group trip and, like, the group was like, yeah, let's go do this part of it, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll go.
I get it now. I thought when you said France, Italy, that you were talking about, like, where they connect. Because that's, like, its own...
No, France and Italy.
Yeah, okay.
Like, this would be, like, the start. Same with, like, Germany. Like, started, like, Munich and then travel through into maybe a little bit of Austria, a little bit of Switzerland. Go to Lauterbrunnen.
Cool.
Then I want to go to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely multiple areas in Japan I'd want to visit. I want to go to Kenya.
Cool.
Want to see some elephants. And then the big one, eventually, is just a singular trip circumnavigating the globe.
Mm-hmm.
And that one be real expensive. So we have to save for that one.
Just a trip to visit a bunch of international terminals.
I mean, I'd like to spend at least like a day or two in each place that I stop at.
Mm-hmm.
Also to just give buffer for delays and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if I could get like 4 or 5 different stops around the world, just fly in 2 days, stay, fly 2 days, that'd be like a week. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like that with the points and like we just got that travel credit card we were talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
That whatever the price tag is not really that.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody pays full price for travel is a dweeb. I'm just kidding.
We gotta do our TSA stuff.
TSA stuff? Pre-check or?
Yeah.
You don't. Oh yeah, you don't have pre-check. I wonder when I gotta get mine renewed. I think it's good for like 7 years or something like that.
I don't know.
I mean, if only there was a way to find out. Let's see.
Yeah, we got only a couple more years on our passports.
5 years.
It's not very long at all.
Yeah, I guess mine's probably... I'm willing to bet mine goes out in the next 2 years. 1 or 2 years. Because I think I got my pre-check... maybe 22? 23? I don't... It's definitely living up here already before... or when I got it. But we've already been up here over 5 years. So.
Yeah.
I don't have to go do that again. Whatever. It wasn't bad. It was dumb when I did it because, like, the nearest place I could get an appointment to go do it, like, there's not many places that do it. And the one, like, I could get within a reasonable time period was, like, by your old apartment down south.
Mm.
So that was a whole thing. Just having to get all the way down there to do it.
Yeah.
But then the actual process itself is easy. But it's totally worth it. I can't remember the last time I had to stay in a normal line. Well... no, yeah, never mind. I was like, did I have to stand in a normal line with Jeremy at Denver? I was like, no, because we split up because y'all didn't have it, so y'all had to go stand in the normie line, and Jeremy and I went through.
It was the worst, by far the worst normie line. I went to Anaheim last week or whatever, and stood in normie line in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
It was long, but it moved the whole time, so it wasn't bad. But the Colorado one was like long periods of time with no movement and chaos. And then after flying into John Wayne Airport, like leaving from John Wayne Airport, just hella straightforward.
Yeah, that's whenever I left from Lexington, Kentucky. That was the chillest, easiest airport experience I've ever had. Because it was just such a tiny airport.
Yeah.
Like, literally no one in the security line.
Oh, you guys drove back from Corey Jamie's wedding in Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay. That was the tiniest airport I've ever been in.
I mean, we picked y'all up from it. And I think maybe even... Well, I don't think we dropped you off. We
left. We had a silly... independent taxi situation.
Yeah. But I mean, I remember seeing the airport, and the airport looked like just like a metal generic building that was constructed, and then there's like a couple runways, and that was it.
Yeah. Like
Lexington was more than that, but still, I want to fly out more small airports. Small airports are cool. Getting to him is kind of tough.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times. I'm ready to call this one.
Yeah. When I looked over to grab my phone, I was like, we're only at 33 minutes. Like, I feel like we've been here for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got anxiety from Ashley's text not wanting to be awake. I'm like, I gotta go pat her on the head.
Okay. I'm gonna do some stuff. Jared and I are gonna lunch soon, so...
Very cool.
Alrighty, well, thanks for listening to us again. We love y'all. Avoid summer, avoid the sun.
Very be good.
Yeah.